We're trying to find that juice in the middle rounds of our fantasy draft. We're looking at the running backs. We're looking at the wide receivers. There's plenty of talent there. There are some red flags. Running backs get hurt. We're looking at a lot of rookie wide receivers here. But some of these guys can be productive for our fantasy teams, and we want to find which ones. The guy we're looking at today is Raheem Mostert. Looked good last year with the Dolphins. Got a lot of pop in the step. Ready to come in for another year after getting another contract with the Dolphins and produce. But before we dig in, before we look at whether you need them or not for fantasy football, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because we're doing deep dives every single day. We're doing deep dives in season, hot waiver wire players, guys getting traded, guys come back from injury, guys that are sitting on injured reserve that you could stash there as strategy. We're talking about them. We're doing deep dives. Today, we're looking at Raheem Mostert. We're going to see what he's about. But he just got signed to a new deal not too long ago. 2 years, $9 million. We're with the Dolphins. Obviously, that means they like him. Obviously, they're planning to use him. But he's fallen a little bit in drafts. Something to pay attention to. But Devin Achane is expensive. He's a round 2 draft pick in a lot of leagues. Sometimes round 3. But round 2 on Underdog Fantasy. He's got 4.3 speed. He's got a lot of upside. This offense, with how explosive it is, presents a lot of upside. Achane's got that, but it causes the other running backs on the team to fall a little bit, like a Raheem Mostert. But last year, Mostert, even with Achane going off, was still productive, had 2 down weeks, but every other game that he was out there taking carries, double digits in the fantasy scoring department in PPR, along with some upside weeks, 18 points per game. And if you want to take the big games out, go ahead. You're still a steady Eddie in there with your production. But looking at the opportunities, the rushing attempts plus targets, it's up there. He can get a lot of volume. It's double digits every game. So he's getting a lot of work overall. If you want to just look at the rushing attempts, if that makes it easier for you to look at, he's getting a lot of runs still. He's getting a lot of work. He's still going to do that. They want to use their running backs, especially around the goal line. You saw Devin Achane get work around the goal line. You saw Mostert get work around the goal line. They're going to get those opportunities. And then you look at the depth chart here. They added Jalen Wright. That just lets you know they want that speed. They want that pop. They got that with Mostert and Achane. And then Wright, if something happens to either one of those 2 running backs, he's going to step in. We'll have a deep dive on Jalen Wright soon. So if you're interested in that, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. But Raheem Mostert is in a backfield that's loaded on a team that's fast-paced with a lot of speed. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. You can't stack the box or you're getting burnt. If they stack the box routinely, they are burning somebody. They can't do that, so they're going to get a lot of opportunities roaming free and getting yards. And you look at the rushing attempts, the rushing productions for the Dolphins here. Mostert over 1,000 yards last year, 18 touchdowns. Obviously, 18 touchdowns is very high. That could regress or should regress. Maybe not, but probably should, because that's very high. But still, you're looking at the rushing production. You're looking at the rushing workload, the rushing attempts, usage out of the passing game. It's still good. It's still up there. And he's getting work with Devin Achane. So he's getting a lot of opportunities to score fantasy points. And you look at the Miami Dolphins, when you look at the pace of play, it's moderate. Fast-paced offense still, though. They move the football very quickly. They can score points in bunches. There are a lot of times they got a blowout going on. Think about that Broncos game last year. Then after that blowout's established, they slow it down a little bit. They move around their personnel, everything else. 27 seconds between snaps is good. You're getting a lot of rushing attempts. You're getting a lot of pass attempts. There's a lot of fire with this Dolphins offense, but looking at where Raheem Mostert's getting drafted right now, round 8 on Underdog Fantasy, and the trend line's going up. That's saying the market likes him. Other drafters like him, and they're starting to draft him higher. And he's productive. He's on a team that's very explosive. He's a safe pick compared to a lot of other players here in the middle rounds. Going to 4-for-4 ADP, multi-site ADP, including all the big sites into the ADP and averaging it together. He's going in the 7th round. He's still in an area where there's a lot of risk with some of the other running backs and wide receivers. He's a safe play as long as he's healthy on the field. He's going to be getting his. They extended him. They gave him that money. He's going to be getting workload. That's an indicator that they still like him. He's still going to be heavily involved in the offense. He's going to be getting touches, double digits every game on a fast-paced, very potent offense. So you don't need him if you don't want him. You want another running back. You want upside a wide receiver. So you're pivoting. Maybe you drafted too many shares. But you need him because you want that RB upside. You want that running back on a good offense who's on the field getting good touches around the goal line or around the middle of the field, playing against not so stacked boxes with scary wide receivers that could burn defenses on any given minute. You want a running back like that who's getting a lot of good opportunities, and you're catching him at a cheap cost, 7th round, 8th round, 6th round, somewhere around there. Once you feel ick around the other running backs and you got those wide receivers that you don't want to chase the upside for, Raheem Mostert's good to go. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.